What's up, fight fans? Welcome to another edition of the Real Combat Media Podcast Boxing Show. I am your host, Scott Knipe. Today we have another excellent broadcast that we're going to be bringing you. You can listen to this on our YouTube page and also on our website, www.realcombatmedia.com. Today we have a very special guest. On the other line we have the WBA Junior Middleweight Champion of the world. This young man is undefeated and boasts a record of 24 wins, no losses, and 14 knockouts. He won the title on February the 5th, 2011 by defeating Rigoberto Alvarez. Since that time he has made two successful title defenses. I give you none other than Austin, no doubt, Trout. Austin, welcome to the show. It's an honor to have you, and how are you doing today, sir?
No, thank you for having me, and I appreciate you bringing me on the show.
You started boxing at a very young age, I think somewhere around 10 years old. When you got into boxing, I mean, when did you realize that you wanted to pursue this as a career?
Well, it's funny because, I really didn't take it serious until, maybe about 15 or 16. But the whole time, I had the dream of becoming a world champion. I guess it became more reality when I was about, 15, 16 years old, and I made it to my first national tournament.
Who were the fighters that you looked up to when you were coming up?
I of course, Mike Tyson and, the Holyfield and the Muhammad Ali, the greats that came out at the time. But I remember watching a lot of Pernell Whitaker fights, a lot of Dale Hoyer fights. My mother was a big fight fan, so we watched all the weight classes, not just the heavyweights. And Pernell Whitaker was one that really stuck out to me because, they just could not hit him. And I remember asking, why did they hit him? And you try to explain to me that it's not that easy.
Right.
Especially against Pernell.
Well, that's very interesting. I actually did an interview with DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley last weekend, and he was stating Pernell was that's the guy that he followed as well. And speaking of Pernell, and yourself, I mean, you have a very effective southpaw style. What makes you so effective? You're very quick and you move well, but it appears that you're a very thinking fighter in there. I mean, would you have like a certain description for your style?
Yeah, I understand I'm a smart fighter. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and I like to figure them all out.
Excellent, excellent. Are you a converted southpaw or a natural southpaw?
No, I'm a natural southpaw. I do everything with my left hand. The only thing that I do with my right hand, which is weird, is play basketball.
Okay.
I do with my right, but I shoot it down, I shoot clean, I eat, I write, everything else with my left hand. White, pick, everything.
Very interesting. You had an excellent amateur career. You won the 2004 United States Amateur Welterweight Championship. Are there any other notable titles that you won, and can you tell us a little bit about your amateur experience?
I had a lot of amateur fights, over 200 amateur fights, but I don't have that many national titles. I have that one national title which allowed me to make it to the Olympic trials, and I made it through the Olympic trials, through the losers bracket, and ended up making it to box loss, and that's when I lost, a decision to the 2004 Olympian, Barnes. And that's as far as I went. I did have a lot of international experience through my amateur career, and I got to do a bunch of duels, and I placed highly in a few world tournaments. But it was also an experience for the pro game. That's how I looked at it, from the get-go.
Excellent, excellent. Another thing, when you come when you fight, you're always in very good shape, tip-top condition. What is training camp like for you? Do you have like a certain fitness program that you incorporate within your training? Because every time you show up to fight, you're in very, very good condition.
It's all about being consistent. We do follow, a bit of a schedule, but it doesn't always go to schedule. It's just all about, getting the miles in and getting the time in the gym. If you always got to listen to your body, too. A lot of people think, well, I'm really tired today. That means I have to work harder because I'm not in good shape. It might be because you're working too much. So I try to listen to my body and make sure that I'm not overdoing it. I also try not to get too much out of shape anymore, like I used to. I used to, just sit back and not do nothing for a few weeks. Now I like to get back in the gym and, you do something, which is not to the test. I try to do something.
Excellent. February a year ago, you won the WBA Light Middleweight Championship. You defeated Rigoberto Alvarez. In this last year, since you've won the title, how has that changed your life, becoming a world champion? Has it affected it in certain ways? I mean, can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, a lot of doors definitely have opened up since getting the title. Before, I couldn't buy a fight. Now there's a few people that are lined up and are, people I've never heard of, not exactly the people I want, but nonetheless, still people that are trying to get the fight. I'm being recognized as a legitimate contender, legitimate fighter now, and, I'm trying to unify these belts, which is the ultimate goal, but just to get a normal fight itself to be a step up.
Okay, I remember whenever you did win the title, of course, Mr. Alvarez is the brother of Saul Alvarez, who's the current WBC title holder. And it actually called you out after you defeated his brother. Why do you think, that fight hasn't been made? Is it something with the Golden Boy Promotions hasn't followed through with it? Or can you speak about that? Because that would be an excellent, excellent matchup.
Yeah, I definitely believe that Golden Boy is keeping Canelo away. It was one thing when I had a belt and he did it. And I think they were all for it. But then when he won his belt, that's when all that revenge and family, legacy, blah, 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 all that went out the window. So, I don't think that's necessarily him. I think it's his promoter. At the end of the day, we are the boss. We say who we want to fight, and we put our foot down and make it happen. So now I understand why De La Hoya doesn't want to make it happen. It's not a good career move for him, because I will beat Canelo. And, you're not going to be a multi-millionaire after I beat him.
And that's...
I understand. It sucks, but I understand.
That's definitely a fight that you want.
Yes, definitely. Definitely a fight I want. I want to unify the titles. You can't call yourself the best when you got, three other cats that got a belt. And then you have the step-up belt in front of you, too. So, I got Cotto, Canelo, K9, some guy in the Ukraine, all claiming to be champs. I want to finish the confusion. I think we should be going.
Exactly. Well, now, since you mentioned Cotto, you were mandatory for some time, and from our understanding, you were supposed to get the winner of Margarito and Cotto. Cotto won the fight, but now, of course, he's got Floyd Mayweather, on May the 5th. What would you attribute to the reason why Cotto never gave you that shot?
Like I said before, the risk and reward, I was in the position, ranking-wise, to be the next fight. In a perfect world, in a world that they follow the rules, that's what would happen, or I should get some money. But, I kind of understood and knew that the guys that weren't going to let this happen. It's just unheard of, Somebody from Australia and New Mexico just came on the scene, came the title fight. And not just the title fight, but a fight that I can actually win at that. I understand why they couldn't let that happen on Colo's behalf. But on my behalf, that's something that should still, I think, I still would like to pursue it in getting a fight with Colo. If they're going to make me wait, that's fine. I'll just keep defending my title until I don't have to wait no more.
Speaking of that fight, what do you think about it, Cotto versus Mayweather? What's your pick on that?
Actually, I like that fight much better than I liked Pacquiao and Cotto. I didn't like that fight. I'd rather see Conor Mayweather and Pacquiao Conor. Is that replace Pacquiao Mayweather for me? Of course not at all. I understand Mayweather has to get a fight made before he, does his time. And it's just a shame that Bob Arum couldn't make that happen.
Right. There were talks of you possibly facing the Australian fighter and former world champion Anthony Mundine. I guess that fight, it never did come about. Are you guys even in negotiations, or is that something that is just in the past and it's not going to happen?
Well, he's my mandatory, so from my understanding, we were supposed to fight last August, and he pulled out to get into this mandatory position that he's in now. Recently, I had my promotion team, Great Club Promotion, go to Panama to WBA and say we are ready to fight our mandatory, because pretty much we want to use our mandatory position, and it's hard to do that when you have a mandatory yourself. So, we said we want to take care of that already. So we have things moving, and I've heard nothing from Mundine's camp yet.
Okay. Well, we're mentioning all of these names: Mundine, Alvarez, Cotto. You have some other good fighters out there in your weight class. You have James Kirkland, Devin Rodriguez. Of course, you mentioned K9 earlier. If those previous three fights, Cotto, Alvarez, or Mundine, doesn't come about, is there anyone else that you're looking to target?
Yeah, definitely. The class is packed. The people that are busy, like Sheeta and Williams and Kirkland and Wilder and Molina, they're busy with each other right now. But, Devin Rodriguez, we really like to fight with him. He got some great blood off his last fight. And, I think realistically, he's probably one-on-one that'll take the fight soon. Within a good time frame.
Right.
Ibanez, he's the one who beat me for the Olympics fight, and I definitely want to, get that going, because I owe him one for that.
Right.
What I'm hearing, he's got a tournament coming up between Kirkland and Molina, and I guess he got the winner of that or something like that.
Okay. Well, when can the fans expect to see you in the ring again? What do you have going on?
I'm looking at late April. I'm actually waiting for a call today. Hopefully, they can shine some light on when I'm going to get in and what kind of stage it's going to be on. But from what I'm hearing, the talks that we've been having, it's looking like it's going to be a big stage, which means, HBO Showtime, premium cable, and hopefully get somebody famous. So,
excellent.
I'm just excited as you may or may not be. But it's going to be exciting.
Right. You're 26 years old, and of course you have many more years ahead of you. Do you have any plans after you retire from boxing? Have you even thought about that, or?
Yeah, well, I'm taking classes. I'm going to school and trying to get a business degree, business management and marketing minor. But start some businesses, manage some things, promote myself. I would really like to get another degree if I had time. And maybe journalism, I'll have to look into that. Maybe be a sportscaster or something like that. That'd be cool. I've never really wanted to do anything but box. That was my biggest problem in college before. It was trying to pick a major. And boxing's not a major. And, I'm good at school. I'm pretty smart. I'll get good grades, read some books on. It's just, I was paying to go to college for what?
You just mentioned business degree, journalism, and so forth. Once your actual career fighting in the ring is over, you can take that and, apply it to still stay in the game of boxing.
Exactly, and I think this would be good on my resume, especially as far as business stuff, because I'm running a business now.
Do you have a Facebook or Twitter page or website for your fans to follow?
Yeah, Facebook.com/NoDoubtTrout, and also Twitter.com/NoDoubtTrout.
Okay.
And you go to my website, which has both of them. It's at DawsonTrout.com.
Excellent. in closing, feel free to give any shout-outs. I mean, what would you like to tell the fans and the people that have followed your career up to this point?
Well, people have been rocking with me since day one. I appreciate your love, and, because of y'all that we're getting to where we're going to be. And all I need is that fan outcry to get these big names in there. The big promoters don't want, I'm a virus to them because I'm going to end up beating everybody they got, and they don't own me. But I'm for y'all, so let's go ahead and make it happen. I appreciate the bride. God bless each and every one of y'all.
Well, there you have it, fight fans. You just heard it straight from the undefeated WBA Junior Middleweight Champion of the world, Austin No Doubt Trout, on the Real Combat Media podcast. Austin is willing, ready, and able to take on all comers: Saul Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, or any champion or top contender. There should only be one unified champ, and Mr. Trout wants to prove that he is the man. Follow this great champion's career as he claims more victories and more belts. I am your host, Scott Knipe. Please visit our website at www.realcombatmedia.com. Thank you for tuning in, and take care.